Hello everybody, how are you? David Franco here from TechSocial.com. It is December 4th, 2011, and it is once again Christmas time, which means one of my annual tradition videos is my wish list. Now, as usual, I gotta get this disclaimer because I always have people out there who can't hear for whatever reason. Maybe they should ask for new ears. Just stupid joke, I'm sorry. And that is, well, this is a wish list. I don't care if I ask for a 5-story house or a yacht. It's a wish list and it's all for fun, but it's also gifts that I actually want as well, but just something to keep in mind. And as usual, I would also like to see your wish list, so just post in the comment below or just submit a video response and I will accept all video responses as long as they relate to the video. And yes, my Christmas tree is going. That's the fan you hear in the background. It's a fiber optic tree for my new viewers out there. Okay, enough talking. Let's get to the wish list. As usual, I have it on my iPad 2 this year. It's a first for this one. And yes, it is naked for this video's occasion. All right. Oh, real quick, I gotta give myself props and Apple for good software. Check out my wishes in Pages. Very fancy this year. I'm using a formal template, which I like a lot. Okay, you guys really don't care. Here we go. As usual, I have them split up into categories. I have technology, video games, movies, ThinkGeek.com, since I consider that its own category, since, well, many of the products there are pretty unique. And finally, miscellaneous for, well, random miscellaneous things. So let's start out with technology. First up is the Jawbone Up. Just the word up, like the movie Up, but it has nothing to do with Pixar. It's actually like something you wear on your wrist, kind of like this, but obviously more technical and complex. It can actually keep track of your sleep cycles. It wakes you up with like a slight vibration, and apparently it tracks your sleep cycles so well that it wakes you up at the right time. And overall, it's just cool. Oh, and it also tracks your steps, I believe. It tracks a bunch of health stats about your body, and overall it's just a pretty cool device, and it works perfectly with the iPhone. They have a beautiful app that goes along with it. It's not cheap. I think it's like $99 on Amazon. I'm not totally sure, but that's that. Next up is the Apple wireless keyboard. Yes, I know you're probably shocked that I still don't have that. I just never really got around to buying myself one. I am still using the classic Apple wired keyboard. When I say classic, I mean the one that's been available since the Mac Pro came out. But I actually love that keyboard. I really have no complaints about it. So there's that. Next up is the LaCie. LaCie, is that how you say it? You know, the hard drive company. Hard drives? Yeah, hard drive, Blu-ray burners, anyway. It is the LaCie Slim Blu-ray. As you guys know, I do a lot of video work, and now and then I do have to transfer VHS tapes to DVD, then probably, sometimes videos to DVD and YouTube videos to DVD, all that stuff. And my DVD burner doesn't really work that well anymore, so I'm currently using my dad's Mac Mini to do some of those projects, which works fine, but I really need my own solution again. And rather than just upgrading the internal one, I figured I'd finally ask for a Blu-ray burner. So this means I can finally back up my data up to 50 gigabytes per disc, which is insane. That's a lot of data. I know that's not the best way of backing up, but at least it's an alternative way of saving your data. That's definitely not cheap. That's like $220. So that's definitely the most expensive thing on this list. But hey, it's Christmas, and this is a wish list, so might as well ask for it. And the last one in technology, yes, not a big list, but it is what it is. And that is the Boon Glow Nightlight with portable balls. Yes, I just said portable balls, kind of like the ball in my head right now. Now, let me say real quick, this is a very odd item. Even if you go on Amazon, it says it's listed under babies. That's because this is technically a nightlight for babies to look at, because babies like weird little toys, but so do I. And I know I'm not alone, because I looked at, I think it's like the top user review or something like that, and even this guy was like, oh yeah, I'm a grown man, but this thing is just freaking cool, because one, it's balls. Who doesn't like a good old ball? and 2, they light up. It just looks awesome at night. So that is my technology category. Yes, it's pretty short. Also, I should say, all this stuff you see right here is also over at ddfranco.com/wishlist. I will put a link below the video for your convenience. It's actually it's still on Tech Social. Last year's wishlist is on there, but I'm gonna update that after I upload this video, and it'll auto forward you to the new wishlist. So that's a good way of you having direct links to Amazon. So in case you want to ask for the same things, you know where to get those links and give it to your parents or your family or your friends or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever. So it's pretty convenient, and that is that. Okay, next up is video games. This is a big one. You guys know me, I'm very passionate about my games. It's my childhood extended, and as far as I can tell, I will always be into video games, even when I'm 80 years old. By then, we'll have like the Xbox 3280, whatever it's going to be called. So first up is, yeah, surprised, Modern Warfare 3 for the 360. I still don't have that. I purposely didn't buy it. I could have easily bought it for myself, but I bought myself Battlefield 3, so I'd rather give that game attention. And if I got Modern Warfare 3 already, then I guarantee you I would be distracted and I wouldn't give Battlefield the full attention it deserves. So that's exactly why I'm holding off until Christmas. Next up is Saints Row the Third for the 360. I finally saw this game in action tonight at my friends Chris and Tiff's house. Amazing, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little explicit, but in what other game can you smack around people with a giant purple dildo? I mean, who wouldn't want a game like that? I mean, come on. So yeah, Saints Row the Third, that's probably way up there at the top of the list in terms of most wanted. Okay, Rayman Origins is my next one. This game looks absolutely stunning. My first Rayman game was, well, the first Rayman for the PlayStation 1. Very hard game, but actually I sometimes wonder, games were harder when you were a kid because your brain is not as developed and your motor skills are kind of different, you know what I mean? Now that I'm older, I wonder if Rayman would still be hard to me. But anyway, the point is, Rayman was kind of a series that I grew up with, and Rayman Origins got like a 9.5 on IGN, and overall it's getting excellent reviews. Beautiful, beautiful art style, 2D side-scrolling gameplay. It's just classic gameplay, but modernized. And that's always big with me. So overall, it just looks amazing. Check it out. Alright, next up is Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary for the 360. No, it's for the PS3. Obviously, 360. For those not aware, this is the original Halo that came out in 2001. Yes, I talk with my hands a lot. For the original Xbox, but now it's modernized. You can literally switch between classic mode and modern mode, whatever you want to call it, with a touch of a button. How awesome is that? Like, they've upgraded every single texture map, and like the sound might even be better. Actually, that's a good question. Would the sound be better? I wonder if you can switch between the sound. I'm assuming not. It's probably just graphics-wise you can switch between. But I'm assuming they improved the sound here and there. So that's always good. There's really nothing wrong with, a newer version of Halo Combat Evolved, the one that started it all. So, there's that. Okay, now let's talk about the PlayStation 3. I only asked for one PS3 game, and that is Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. Yes, I had to look at the title. I wasn't sure what the second part of it was called. But yes, Uncharted 3, guys, I absolutely loved Uncharted 1 and 2. Uncharted 2 is like one of the 3 games I owned for PS3, because I admit I'm a 360 fanboy. I love my 360. But Uncharted 3, hello, you really can't go wrong there. Next up is Mario Kart. I say Mario, sue me. Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. As you guys know, I do have a 3DS. Where is my 3DS? It's somewhere around, oh, there it is. It's over there. It was blending in when I killed the fire, which I still have. I'll be selling it soon. But yes, Mario Kart 7. Again, you can never, ever go wrong with a Mario Kart game. It's just my childhood modernized, and it just looks awesome. And it's online. I mean, why wouldn't you want that, right? So, speaking of 3DS, next game is Star Fox 64 3D. Again, I'm gonna say this so much in my video, in this video. Star Fox 64, one of my favorite games of all time. Actually, a little trivia for you guys. Star Fox 64 was my first game ever that I used the 64's Rumble Pack with. Well, because it came with the Rumble Pack. That's back when the whole vibration thing in controllers was brand new. And I was just amazed at the fact that you could actually feel your game now, and the controller would vibrate along with the action. Just overall cool stuff, and vibration in controllers is still something I still appreciate to this day. I can't play a first-person shooter and not have vibration on. I mean, it's got to be on. To me, just like surround sound, it really adds to the experience, and without it, it just doesn't feel right. And the last one on the list is The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. Need I say more? Alright, moving on to movies. I only have 3 movies on here. I have the feeling I'm missing some. I'm not a big movies person in terms of physical media, because I watch everything on Netflix nowadays, or I go to Redbox and rent a DVD or Blu-ray. Oh, by the way, when I say physical media, I mean purchasing. I rarely buy a movie. If I really want something, I'll rent it, but if I really, really want it, then I'll buy it, either on DVD, Blu-ray, or just in iTunes. So, anyway, enough talking. First up is Cars 2. I did not see this in theaters. I've heard pretty good things. Although I've heard it's not as good as the first one, which is actually surprising. But actually, a little trivia, again for you guys. The only reason they made a Cars sequel, not because it's the most popular series, but because it's the most popular selling merchandise movie out there for Pixar. Apparently the first Cars sold tons of merchandise for Disney and Pixar. So they took a gamble and figured, heck, I mean, Cars 2 might not be an excellent movie, but it's going to sell tons of merchandise, and I'm sure they were right. So in my eyes, brilliant marketing move, and really can't go wrong there. It means more money. It's all about business, which again is a good thing. That's why they make movies. Well, they make movies because they're passionate about it, but you know what I mean. I'm just talking too much. Alright, anyway. Next up, Pirates of Silicon Valley. Yes, I still don't own this. Now, I should say, I don't know why I haven't bought this, because Amazon literally had this movie for like $4 the other night. I should have just purchased it. I don't know why I didn't, but I figured, who cares, I'll put it on the wish list. Excellent movie, by the way, for those not aware. Sorry, I just kind of assume you guys know. But it's about the battle between Apple and Microsoft, the start of Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates, and fascinating movie, fascinating. One of my all-time favorites. I love it. I could really watch that movie like probably once a week. It's that good of a movie. I love it. It's not perfect, but definitely a great movie. And finally, I say finally, but it's only the 3rd movie and the last movie at that. The Hangover Part 2. I did not see this, but I heard it was hilarious. The first one is good. In my opinion, The Hangover is overrated. It's a great movie, but it's not the funniest movie out there. But it's definitely up there. So I figured, why not ask for the sequel? Moving on to ThinkGeek.com. I only have 3 things here, but this list could easily blow up to 10 items overnight, because ThinkGeek is one of those websites where you find things that you're like, why don't I have this already? And then you kind of just put it on your list, or just buy it for yourself or whatever. So, but as usual, you guys can check over at ddfranco.com/wishlist. The link is below, because I guarantee you this is not the final list. This is just the majority. So anyway, first up for ThinkGeek is a magnet-powered spinning top. I was going to say magnetic, just like the magnetic pendulum, which I actually put away in storage. I don't really need it out right now. But the magnet-powered spinning top, apparently the top spins via magnets on this little, surface, I guess, and it can last up to a week. That's insane. So I can literally go to New York City for a week. I say that because I'm going to New York in a few days. So yes, look for a Christmas in New York City video within a week or 2. I could go to New York for a few days, come back, and the top would still be spinning. Awesome. Guys, it's the little things like that really fascinate me. And plus, I just love physics in general. And I just like little things like that. Alright, next up is Air Swimmers Flying RC Sea Life. If you guys haven't seen these are kind of like mini blimps you bring in your home. Apparently they're massive for inside blimps, and you kind of need a lot of space to use them. That's what I've heard anyway. But I figured I'm going to ask for it anyway, and I just think they're cool. I've actually seen them over at twit.tv, Leo Laporte's podcasting network. Well, netcasting network, I think they call it. Yeah, netcast. Wait, netcast you trust? What's they're saying? I don't want to bore you. But the point is, I saw it on their set, and I was like, what the heck is that thing? And, well, that's what it is. They have 2 models. They have a shark, which I asked for, and they kind of have like a Nemo fish. So I figured shark is pretty sweet, so why not? And finally, the last one at ThinkGeek.com is a Portal turret LED flashlight with sound. It's those turrets you see in the Portal game. By the way, when I say Portal, I mean a video game. You know, the 360 game, PS3, PC, Mac. I think that's all Portal's on. I could be wrong. But Portal's great, so why not ask for a turret with lights and sound? And now, to wrap up the video, the final category is miscellaneous. First up, there's only 3 objects, 3 items. Actually, 4 items, technically 4 items. No, technically 5 items. Sorry, technically 5 items. First up is the Vanguard Alta Plus 204 AP tripod. Now, I'm obviously using a tripod right now. Either that or my camera is magically floating and standing perfectly still, which would be amazing, but it's not. I am using a tripod literally, maybe, from since 1996? 95? I know I got this tripod when I got my first camcorder, a JVC camcorder, back when YouTube didn't even exist. This was like in mid-90s, guys. But the tripod's been great. It's just very flimsy. It's not really professional. I mean, it does a job well, but it's kind of showing its age. And I figured, why not ask for a new tripod? And I heard that Vanguard's a good brand. I really know nothing about tripods, to be honest. Okay. I know next to nothing about tripods. I know very little, but I've heard that Vanguard's a good brand. So next up is any iPhone 4S case. I'm using a G-Heado. It's way over there. I'm not gonna go get it. It's a very G-Heado version. Not G-Heado version. A G-Heado case from CVS. Literally, guys, it cost me $5. $5. So I figured it's a good temporary case. But when I say temporary, that quickly turned into like however long the iPhone 4S has been out for. So I have yet to get around to getting new cases, and yes, I know I can technically request them from companies, but I've just been busy. I get distracted, so we'll see what happens with that. Next up is an iPhone 4S tripod. Yes, now that I'm doing more mobile videos over at youtube.com/thecreativeonemobile, genius name, I know. I could really use a tripod for that, and I obviously can't use this. But I know for a fact they do make tripods. When I say they, I mean many manufacturers, iPhone case manufacturers, and accessory manufacturers, I should say. I just don't know the official names of tripods. So, actually, I'm going to turn to you guys for this one. Do you know of any excellent tripods that work great with the iPhone 4S? If so, post them below, please. I would really appreciate it. And I'll check them out. And finally, well, I'll do one at a time. There's only 2. Wawa gift cards. Need I say more, guys? Just okay. Go to Wawa.com. I always see people asking, David, what the heck is a Wawa? Actually, if you want to get technical, a Wawa is a Canada goose. I say Canada because that's what the Wikipedia page. I'd rather say Canadian goose. But Wawa is a Canada goose, and it's also a town in Pennsylvania. So that's where the term Wawa comes from. So Wawa gift cards, never bad in my eyes. I don't care if the Wawa gift card is $5 or $1 million. $1 million would be a problem. I'd probably die from coffee intake. You guys would miss me if I died from coffee intake, wouldn't you? Hopefully you would. But you get the point. Wawa gift cards, come on. And speaking of things I love, iTunes gift cards. Again, you can never, ever go wrong with iTunes gift cards. That means I can purchase apps. Obviously, I love my iPad, my iPhone, and my iPod Touch. I can purchase movies, music, and stuff like that. So, and that is my Christmas wish list 2011. Did you really think I was going to throw it? No. But I do need to throw something, so hold on. You know what? By the way, I throw something every year. That's kind of tradition. I'll throw my Angry Bird. It makes sense because Angry Birds are meant to fly. There he goes. I feel bad. Sorry about that. Actually, he landed upright, so it's quite alright. Wow, this is probably my longest wishlist video yet. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. This is the official start of Christmas videos. After this should be my decorations video, and then New York City, and then whatever else. What else do I record besides Christmas Day? Obviously, that's a given. Oh, and plenty of unboxings. But anyway, the point is, Christmas is here to stay for at least the next month or so. So guys, trust me, I'm very excited to share my Christmas traditions, you know, from our family to yours and your friends and relatives and all those excellent people. So basically what I'm saying is, I'm just honored to do this. This is what, my 6th year in a row of doing this. And it's just, I just really appreciate your support. So again, guys, don't forget, post your wish list below. Maybe your top 10 items if you have 10 items, or maybe top 5, or even your top 1, if that makes sense. Basically, your most wanted gift. And I guess that's it. Also, do not forget to check out ddfranco.com/wishlist for the 3rd time. Just saying that because, well, that's the best way of seeing everything I asked for, because I doubt you were taking notes. Or were you? If you were, I gotta say, I was impressed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Merry early Christmas, and I will see you very soon.